They say reality is unchanging, solid, fixed. But quantum physics tells a different story, a story that challenges everything we thought we knew about control. Reality doesn't simply happen to you, it unfolds through the way you observe it. Consider someone like you. She felt trapped, as if life was looping endlessly. Same relationships, same income, same patterns of emotion. She wrote in her journal, visualized, pleaded for signs from the universe. Yet every morning, she woke to the same reality she had tried to escape. Then one quiet night, she stopped struggling. Not giving up, simply paused. She observed. Without hope, without fear, just present. And in that space, something shifted. Not her world immediately, but her relationship to it. This is the subtle doorway people overlook, the difference between forcing life to change and allowing life to respond to focused attention. This is the observer effect, not mystical, not abstract, but a practical tool for anyone willing to refine how they look at life. Science first showed us this in a startling way. Particles behave like waves when left alone, spreading across multiple possibilities. Yet the moment someone observes, possibilities collapse into a single outcome. Simply by looking, the universe takes shape. You don't need to be a scientist to see the truth. Every thought, feeling, or judgment is a form of observation that shapes the world around you. When you watch money with fear, when you scrutinize your body with shame, you aren't just noticing, you're contributing to reality itself. This isn't blame, it's empowerment. If attention guides creation, then refining the quality of that attention is the key to change. It's less about doing more about seeing differently. Most people are blind because they perceive through worn-out lenses, old trauma, inherited beliefs, cultural scripts. These filters color everything you observe, and you repeatedly collapse reality into the same patterns. True practice starts with awareness. Before reacting, before hustling, notice the tone of your attention. Is it anxious, tight, or relaxed, curious? This awareness is the first step in shifting your reality. For example, opening your bank app often triggers tension, not enough, always a struggle. That reaction itself collapses a familiar timeline of financial stress. Now imagine opening the same app and noticing your response without panic, acknowledging the facts and lifting your attention to possibilities. That tiny shift changes the energetic signal you emit. Over time, these small shifts compound. The field responds not to words or effort alone, but to your baseline emotional vibration, the signal you send when no one is watching. That baseline is formed by repeated observations, often unconscious, until it becomes your default state. This is not denial or forced positivity. It's a refinement of perception, learning to witness instead of reacting, to observe from sovereignty rather than survival. Reaction collapses, observation opens. You're not creating from scratch. You are tuning into existing possibilities. The field responds to your frequency. Observing from trust and expansion activates a different spectrum of reality. The capacity to observe differently can be cultivated. Notice what you notice. Pause before reacting. Ask, does this observation support the reality I want or reinforce what I fear? Then, choose consciously. Observation is not passive, it is a participatory act. The way you watch life, through what energy, with what focus, bridges where you are and the reality waiting to emerge.
Let's step further into the science. In the famous double-slit experiment, particles like electrons behave as waves when unobserved, spreading across multiple paths. But when observed, they collapse into particles, taking one definite path. The act of measurement doesn't just record reality, it shapes it. Observation becomes creation. Now, take this from the lab into your daily life. Every thought, judgment, and emotional reaction is a mini observation. When you look at your life with fear, doubt, or mistrust, you are collapsing reality into forms that match those emotions. When you watch with love, curiosity, or neutrality, you open space for new possibilities to emerge. Consider relationships. If you've been hurt in the past, your nervous system remembers. You enter new situations scanning for abandonment, tension rising. You are observing through a lens of fear, and the world responds accordingly. The outcome isn't fate, it's the effect of your observation. Your attention is shaping what you experience. Money works the same way. Every anxious check of your bank account reinforces a scarcity timeline. The universe isn't punishing you, it's responding to the energy of your focus. That's why so many manifestation techniques fail. The field responds to your dominant vibration, not to words, affirmations, or rituals. Your emotional baseline is what sets the signal. Breaking old patterns requires shifting your attention. Instead of reacting with frustration, witness with awareness. Instead of collapsing into old emotional responses, observe from presence. Instead of chasing results, shift the frequency of your observation. This is where real change begins. You are not creating reality from nothing. You are tuning into probabilities already present in the field. The moment you observe from trust, from expansion, from alignment, the field offers corresponding experiences. This is the art of conscious attention. Practice starts small. Notice your internal reactions. Ask yourself, what am I seeing and how am I seeing it? Is my observation reinforcing fear or opening space for possibility? Small shifts compound into major transformations. The field responds to clarity, not struggle. Observation is not passive. It is active participation in the quantum flow. It requires discipline, presence, and the courage to see without reacting. To observe differently is to step into sovereignty, to reclaim the space between stimulus and response, and to collapse reality from a new, elevated frequency. This is also why stillness is critical. Reactivity binds you to old patterns. Observation with awareness liberates. By observing without collapsing into fear, doubt, or attachment, you create a space where the field can deliver new opportunities, new timelines, and new possibilities. The world shifts not because you force it to, but because your attention signals what is next. Next, we'll explore how to consciously apply this in every area of life, turning awareness into a practical tool for manifestation and personal transformation.
Let's bring this into the personal, the immediate. Your outer world is a reflection of your inner observation. The people, the circumstances, the opportunities all mirror the frequency you emit. Change your lens, and the world begins to realign. Take a moment to notice your recurring patterns. Are you observing life through past wounds, through fear, through assumptions that no longer serve you? Each emotional reaction, each judgment, each subtle preference collapses reality into familiar forms. And those forms feel inevitable until you learn the art of deliberate observation. Observation begins with awareness. Ask yourself, what am I seeing? How am I seeing it? What energy do I carry as I look at this moment? If your observation carries fear, lack, or resistance, the field will mirror that back. If your observation carries openness, trust, and presence, you invite new outcomes. Consider relationships again. If past pain makes you suspicious, every interaction is filtered through that lens. You unconsciously select experiences that confirm your fears. But when you observe with neutrality and presence, old patterns loosen. You stop feeding the past and start witnessing what is possible. Financial reality operates similarly. Anxiety about scarcity locks you into timelines of lack. Shifting your focus, observing with calm certainty, even if just for a moment, changes the signal. The field responds not to hope or effort, but to the emotional quality of your observation. Observation is a practice. Small, repeated moments of conscious attention recalibrate your default lens. The more present you become, the more your outer world begins to reflect the expanded frequency you emit. This is not a quick trick. It is a rewiring of perception and energy. Stillness is key. Reactivity anchors you to old loops. Observing with presence opens possibilities. You allow the field to reorganize not by forcing, but by showing up differently. Non-reactive awareness becomes your tool for manifesting timelines aligned with your higher self. Every moment contains potential, and the observer effect gives you agency. Your attention collapses probability into form. Each pause, each breath, each deliberate observation is a choice. These choices accumulate. They set the tone for the timeline you will inhabit. This is why conscious attention is the foundation of real transformation. Stop striving to change outcomes directly. Begin instead by changing how you see, how you feel, and how you observe. Align with presence. Observe from love and curiosity. Notice without attachment, and the field responds. From here, the next step is applying this awareness actively. We'll move into exercises and practices that help you harness the observer effect intentionally, shaping your life through clarity, presence, and precise observation. Now, let's turn understanding into action. Your awareness is the tool, your presence is the instrument, and observation is the practice. This is where transformation becomes tangible. Start with stillness. Find a quiet space, sit comfortably, and let your body relax. Close your eyes, not to escape, but to direct attention inward. Place a hand over your heart, another over your belly, connecting to the core of your emotional frequency. Inhale deeply, pause, exhale slowly. Let tension melt and the need to control dissolve. Bring to mind a situation that feels stuck. Don't force it. Let it appear in your awareness naturally. As it rises, notice how you have been observing it. With fear, with impatience, with old patterns of judgment. Feel the energy of your gaze and how it has shaped your reality until now. Now shift your observation. Imagine looking at the situation from the perspective of the version of you that has already moved through it with grace and clarity. Observe from trust, from presence, from alignment. Let your body soften, your mind quiet, and your energy resonate with possibility. You are not forcing change. You are signaling a new frequency to the field. Hold this observation without grasping for results. Be calm, certain, and fully present. This is the power of conscious observation. Creation through presence, not effort. The moment you change how you see, the timeline itself begins to shift. Return slowly, opening your eyes, bringing this elevated state back into your daily life. This is your new baseline. Pause, notice, reframe, and observe through the lens of your desired future, not your past loops. Each observation becomes an act of creation. The greatest upgrade you can make is the quality of your gaze. Comment below, "I observe with new eyes." Even this simple act encodes your intention into the field. You are not just a participant in life. You are the consciousness shaping it, one observation at a time. Remember, reaction locks you into old timelines. Presence opens space for new realities. Observe with depth, clarity, and love. Let the field respond to your elevated frequency. Stillness is not weakness. It is power, the birthplace of conscious creation. From here, practice daily. Notice what you notice. Pause before reacting. Choose observation over reactivity. Watch how your reality subtly and then profoundly begins to shift. You are no longer at the mercy of circumstance. You are the observer, the architect, and the co-creator of your world. Comment below, "I choose to observe with conscious presence." Let the universe feel your shift. Your attention is your power. Declare it, claim it, and watch reality respond.